Hello and welcome to White Man Can't Pod, a podcast about sports movies
And Wally being a pigeon.
Wally being a no pigeon.
God damn it.
We don't want any scrubs, but
No
Wally,
scrubs here.
he doesn't want any pigeons. We're here to talk about a movie, The Greatest Game Ever Played, starring Shia Lebouf.
Greatest actor who ever played.
Greatest actor ever played. In his prime, 2005
This
Shia
is
LaBeouf.
before he
This
got
is-
real.
Yeah.
It's
This is
he got
before
weird.
Transformers, right?
Before he got weird. Yep. It's before Transformers. A couple years later, it's Transformers.
Yeah, he was young
Um,
in this.
It's a movie about golf.
It's like after holes before Transformers.
Yeah, after holes.
That sweet spot. That after hole sweet spot.
Wow, what a hole.
Wow. What a hole.
It is that time of year for that movie.
So-
I watched the first one already. I gotta watch
I've
the
seen
second
them
one.
both at least 4 times each.
Okay.
I like to vary it. I don't like watching the same Christmas movie more than once. Unless I fell asleep to it.
Oh, I don't like that either. I just don't live in that world anymore. It's not a reality that I live in anymore. Where I don't watch the same thing more than once.
Yeah. Kids.
The only thing I do watch more than once and over and over and over again is Bull Durham, probably.
Hmm.
Or Major League 2.
Not on this
Major
show.
League 2. Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Oh, Major League 1. We
Oh,
haven't ever
Major
watched
League
it, have we?
1. We're not here to talk about that yet.
No.
We're talking golf while it's your movie.
Yes.
And I was really upset when I put this on and it said 2 hours and 10 minutes or whatever it said. I'm like, God
Yeah,
damn
it
it,
was
Wally.
the long one.
Was it?
Come on.
Yeah.
But it was a decent movie.
It wasn't bad.
Spoilers.
It wasn't bad.
It's a decent movie.
They could
Based
they could have cut it down a little bit. Yes.
a-
Well, they could have cut it down so much.
Which, when they were like at the championship match or whatever, and there was still like 50 minutes to go, I went like,
Yeah.
well, what's the rest of the movie going to be? Oh, no, we're going to drag this one out.
We're dragging it. All right.
You gonna give
This
us the
is,
tagline?
Yes. This is the greatest game that ever played. In the 1913 U.S. Open, 20-year-old Francis Ouimet played golf against his idol, the 1900 U.S. Open champ, Englishman Harry Vardon.
So Harry Vardon is actually these are all real people.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
based on a true story, but Harry Vardon is the inventor of the Vardon grip, which is the overlapping grip,
Oh,
which he
okay.
does not use in this. He uses the interlocking grip, which is like I can't remember what that name was, but it's definitely not him. Vardon is the overlapping.
Oh,
So your
okay.
your pointer finger and your
I've never
middle
done that
finger
one. I'm
are
gonna have to try that.
overlapping your ring and your pinky.
I'm going to have to try that.
Yes.
I spent 2 hours and 10 minutes trying to figure out who the fuck Vardon is played by, because he's an English actor in a million things. Like, who is
I
this guy?
spent the entire time trying to figure
Who
out
is
who
this guy?
Shia's dad was.
It's
Yes.
It's shoot, who is it? It's
It's Casey Jones.
yes.
It's Casey
It's
Jones.
Casey Jones.
It's Casey Jones.
Wasn't he in another movie that we
He was
watched?
in
Yes.
a million things.
He's
What-
always this kind of guy.
What was he? We watched something with
His
him.
name is Elias Coteus.
Coteus?
Yeah,
He's in Shooter.
because I thought
He
it was the Elliot Stabler. I thought
It's
it was the
not
guy
him.
from
I'll find it.
yeah.
I'll figure out what it was.
But he's in a lot of things.
But yeah.
He was in at
he's in a
least
million
one of the
movies.
Harold and Kumar movies, if not more of them.
He's in several Kumars.
He's on. He's in Shutter Island.
What is the movie we
Was
watched
he-
that he's in?
All the right moves.
I don't think so.
Wait,
Haunting
what
in
movie's that?
Connecticut.
oh no, that's
Oh, he was the priest in Haunting in Connecticut. Okay.
For the Love of the
Oh, he's
Game.
in-
That's the one
he
I was
in
trying to
Ben,
think of.
Ben Button.
Benjamin Button.
Ben Button?
Never seen it, but
I can't remember the movie he's in that we watch, or what show we watched it for anymore.
It was definitely for this show because
He's in Contact.
not that Contact.
A different
not
Contact.
that guy.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Oh boy, what is the movie?
Let me.
Well, obviously, he was
He's
in
in
something. That we
Gattaca.
were. What was it? We just derailed the entire show over Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's important.
That's
It's important.
That's his big role. I
That's
would
an
say.
important thing.
It is. We're gonna
He's
find
still
it.
doing stuff. Like 2023, he's doing stuff.
We're gonna find it.
No, you're not gonna find it
Apparently not.
because whatever you're thinking of is not him.
Anyway,
But I was like, I know him from something,
yeah.
and when I looked him up, and it said he was Casey Jones. I'm like,
Yes.
yes, it is.
Yes, it is Casey Jones. Varden, though. I couldn't place Varden. Like, who is this Varden guy? He's Stannis fucking Baratheon. That's why.
I don't even know who that
Stannis
is.
Was it
Baratheon from
really?
Game of Thrones.
It really was,
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
Man, he aged a lot.
He did age a lot, but like he was always good at those speeches in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he was great at like, I'm going to talk for 10 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a lot of that in this. But yeah. No, a surprisingly pretty good movie.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It's not too bad.
No. But I'm
That's
still
the
trying to
greatest game I've
figure
ever
out.
played. Yeah, we can't figure out what.
They did,
It's so
as you do. They changed some things, but yes, it is a.
Oh, I'm sure.
This U.S. Open thing did really happen.
Okay.
I wonder if it's because I watched The Haunting in Connecticut. I was like, who is that? That looks familiar.
Yeah, I've seen that a while ago, but
I thought I could have sworn we saw him in something and we were freaking out.
Right? Yeah.
Are you thinking of the guy who plays Babe Ruth and he was in the first like 4 movies we did for the show?
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Maybe.
All right. Want me to start it up?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with the budget. What do you guys think this
Disney
budget was?
movie?
2005 Disney movie.
Shia, as we
Shia.
said,
Period piece.
and that period
Mhm.
piece, Shia's in his.
A game.
Yeah.
A game.
He's actually a pretty decent actor in this movie. Unlike
He is
What
a
he-
good
what
He's
you
actor.
can-
okay. He's okay.
his acting in the Transformers movies is just no. Like that's all he says.
Well, that's the director, I would say, more than him.
Yeah, I guess.
I
but
suppose.
So it's him in his peak, arguably,
So what do you think he commands? Like $20 million at this point?
at least.
Shia Lebouf?
If you think you can get him for 20, and lock him down.
Yeah, that's a discount. You're getting a discount.
Period piece. Disney, I feel like they don't skimp their budgets. I'm gonna say
whoa!
30 mil.
Wow! Oh,
that?
come on! How do you not?
Uh,
30 mil, huh? Okay.
25.
Ryan, you win. 26 million estimate.
Oh.
What do we think the box office was? Worldwide, I went with.
What was the?
There's not much difference between worldwide and U.S. and
What
Canada.
was
So
the budget again?
26 million
I'm gonna
estimate.
say 25 million.
33 million.
Oh boy.
Ouch.
Yeah.
18 million.
12 million.
Ryan, you win again.
Wow.
It was $15,431,177.
Ouch.
Better movie
Not
than that. But I
good.
didn't hear about it at the time.
I don't remember this coming out
I-
in theaters at all.
I maybe remember a trailer at one, but no, this, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
No, you're thinking of Bagger Vance.
I really might have been.
They look the same, like
Yeah.
as far as like settings and
Except one of
Clothes.
them has Will Smith and one
Right,
of them has
yes.
Shia LaBeouf.
yeah,
Yes.
much different.
Who's the other person in Bagger Vance?
Isn't it Matt Damon?
I think I was looking it up earlier. I think Matt Damon's in it.
Okay.
And there's
'Cause I know-
think there's an actress that's famous too.
All right. I'll do the eBay war now. I'll put it
Oh,
in there.
already?
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
Paste. There you go.
Oh, Charlize Theron is also in Bagger Vance.
The Legend of Bag of Ants.
So it's in the dock now, and this is
Okay.
the heading on this is Walt Disney, the greatest game ever played, golf putter.
Interesting.
Now I'll give a little bit of background because the description is just Walt Disney, the greatest game ever played, golf putter. That's all it is.
Okay.
So wait, you're gonna break the rules and give us more information?
No, I'm just going to describe it to our listener,
Oh, okay.
which I'm sure we have one. Bill?
Our listener.
Bill, you still listen?
I still listen.
Okay, there you go. I'll describe it for Bill.
Thank you.
So
Future
this is
Bill.
future Bill. This
I'll
is
close
a
my eyes now, so I don't ruin the description.
this is a golf putter that has been broken down into a small carrying bag. It's got 4-piece putter with 2 golf balls and a small makeshift hole, if you will. The handle is broken down into 3 pieces. One of them has the grip, and the 4th piece is the actual club head. But this actually looks pretty nice, I'd say.
This is for putting in hotel rooms or whatever Shia Lebouf was doing. In this
Exactly. It seemed like the cup is kind of that idea.
I
You know what
did
mean?
like the one because he was putting into a cup in his room.
Yeah.
But when they showed Vardon doing it and he putts and it hits the cup just right to stand it up.
Stand it up. That was
Oh,
nice.
man,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Also, I like how he gets drunk and then puts his glass on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get drunk and then I'll put the glass on the floor and then I'm gonna practice my putts.
There are some item specifics. It says condition new, a brand new, unused, unopened, undamaged item, including handmade items. See the seller's listing. That's it. But
Okay, so who has to go first?
That's a good question.
I assume
I
me, 'cause
believe
I'm
it is
winning
Bill.
all of them, I think.
Bill is up 7-6 currently, so Bill has to
Yeah,
go
okay.
first.
All right.
Give me the full description again.
Walt Disney, the greatest game ever played, golf putter.
Okay.
You really needed that? That was gonna change anything?
$38.
$1.
Well, Bill, you win.
Yeah.
The
Dominate.
It actually doesn't matter which I go with. The starting bid is $65.99, but the buy it now price is $150 even.
150?
Well, that's a nice looking putter.
It's also 3 pieces.
It's like a promotional item though.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
like
do
those
an
are
old
not good
school.
golf. Those are like plastic balls. They're not real golf balls, I don't think.
No, well, okay, but you could probably use this putter for real.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
I mean, you
Alright.
could.
So Bill wins, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Ryan's at 6, and Bill is now at 8.
Okay.
Let's get this show on the road. We start in the Isle of Jersey, in England, in 1875. We see a young Varden wakes up in his cottage, and he sees 4 rich white dudes in black top hats taking pictures of the land, who tell him that a golf course is going to be built on the land.
These guys were creepy to me.
They
I know
were.
this is a period
Yeah.
clothing, but they look.
Were they creepy in this part of the movie, or were they creepy when they start appearing in visions?
Well,
too?
there's that,
I
too,
feel like
suppose, but-
they were just they were supposed to be creepy at all times.
And it
Like,
worked.
Yeah, because this is like a young kid, and then it's all his memory from his young childhood.
He's just getting kicked out of his house where he
Oh, yeah.
lives by
I'll be
himself.
honest.
Oh yeah,
It did take me a little while to figure out who was having what visions.
it wasn't. Yeah, it
I
was
thought
not.
I thought for a while it was Casey Jones. having
Yeah.
visions.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense. That's why he hates golf. But
Yeah. Why does he hate golf so much? Why does he hate his son so much?
they tell Varden that golf is a game for gentlemen, not people like you.
Not peons.
Yes. Then we go to Brookline, Massachusetts in 1900. There's a man and his caddy are playing. His caddy is a young Shia Lebouf, not Shia himself, but I don't know Shia's character's
The
name.
actor. for
Francis?
Shia. Francis.
Francis.
Umet.
Who met? Yes.
We met.
The player cheats to give himself a better lie, and then the caddy finds a ball with the name Varden on it.
Which he does recognize.
Yes, Varden is the 3-time British champion. He goes home and he puts the money in a glass jar that he's earned. He puts it in a glass jar with his father, like trying to save up money because they're poor, and everybody's got pull their weight. He goes back to the club because they live right across the street from the course. There's a club maker who I don't know who this guy is, but he's
the
He's like the head
Mr.
of the
Miyagi
caddies
of this
or
movie.
whatever.
yeah,
He's
but
the
he's
best
only there for like
Manager
2.
and head
Yeah,
caddy or something.
He's
Yeah.
the master splinter of this movie.
so he gives him a club, and young Shia goes home and his mother finds him practicing his putting after midnight. He says he wants to see Varden play, but his dad says no and makes him go to school instead. Actually, he's not going to see Varden play. He's going to see like Varden just give a demonstration or whatever. His mother tells him to leave his books and go shopping with her, and then she lets him go into the store where Varden is to.
This is probably true to life, but it sure seems like going to school then was just a thing you do from time to time.
Yeah, you don't need
You're not
to.
expected every day.
Yeah. He goes Varden is there making an appearance, and he's asking the crowd if anyone wants to come up and take a swing. And so little Shia immediately stands up, gets on the platform, and everybody starts laughing. He shanks his first swing, and then Varden shows him the interlocking finger grip, but probably meant to show him his own grip. And then he takes his second swing, and it's a very nice shot straight down the line. Then we go back to London. Varden returns home.
I'd be willing to bet this part did not happen in real life. The meeting an English guy in Boston.
Yeah.
That thing did not happen.
Well, because he was there playing the U.S. champion.
Oh, right.
He was just
Okay.
the U.S. He goes back as U.S. champion. Varden thinks he's going to be asked to become a member of a very prestigious club. They mentioned that 10 years ago you were just a gardener. Now you're gonna you could be playing in this club. The members mention his humble upbringing, and they say that they can work around it. And then they say they're going to pay him a fair wage, and he can stay there as the club pro and teach people. They don't want him as an actual member.
No, because he's a poor guy.
Yep. We go back to Massachusetts, and Shia Lebouf is now playing Francis. He's grown up, and he's practicing in his room again. He seems to have gotten much better, and the next day he goes to be a caddy. Now this guy, again, I don't know who he is, but he seems to be an important person because he's the one who tells him to go get his own clubs.
Yeah, this guy's his number one.
Yeah,
number one guy.
Yeah, he's a member of the club, and he tells them, don't worry about the rule that caddies aren't supposed to play. I'll vouch for you. So Shia goes and gets his club. He playing with him. And Shia finds himself in the sand, and he looks up and he notices the head caddy, the club maker, whatever you want to call this guy.
Yeah, his boss, I think.
Yeah, he's watching him, and he gets nervous. He thinks he's going to get in trouble. He muffs it 3 times in a row, and then he finally hits a nice clean shot to get him out of the bunker. I just call him the club maker and the member. I tell him they want him to play in the national amateur tournament.
Because they're hosting it, right?
Yeah.
They need an amateur.
Yeah, they bring him to the club or the country club director, I guess, the owner of the club or whatever. And he tries to plead his case that he should be allowed, or he wants to play, but they need an amateur. And they're like, "No, you're not. You're poor. You're a caddy. You can't do it.
You're a poor person. You can't be a part of this." What if I get $50? I guess you could buy.
Oh yeah, but then you need a member to sponsor you. And the guy stands up. He's like, "I'll sponsor him, obviously." So Shia goes home, talks to his father about borrowing the money. His dad's not happy about this. He's like, "No,
that seems like a lot of money.
$50 is a lot."
Yeah. If he doesn't qualify, then he has to give up golf and finish school to learn a trade. That's the deal he makes with his dad. So Shia then goes to a cocktail event for the players at the club, and he's awed by the atmosphere. He gets approached by Sarah Wallace, who's a hoity-toity rich girl. She wants him to pretend to have be talking to her because she's trying to get away from her ex, who comes right over, and Shia pretends to have asked her to dance, so the guy goes away. They notice that he's still watching them, so they actually go and dance together. Shia's kind of pretending to be rich, and she doesn't.
He's flying his face off.
Yeah, she's
fooled.
Yeah, she brings him over to her family, and her brother is like, "Oh, you're the caddy,
caddy boy,
you're
caddy boy."
All right, so $50.
Yeah,
in 2023, in 1912,
mm-hmm.
converted to today, would be
even older though.
Was it 1900 or 1912?
Because he had given up he had given up golf for like 2 or 3 years before the U.S. Open. So I'd say 1910s. But
no, but this is before he gives up golf because the $50.
Right, so it'd be even earlier than the 1913.
Okay. Anyway, approximately $1,500.
Okay. That's, yeah.
That would piss me off.
I'd be like, yeah, no, you can't have that.
Suddenly I'm on the dad's side.
Yeah.
That would piss me off.
Yeah.
I'd be on Casey Jones' side. You're not even good at golf. You just fucking roll the ball all night.
Yeah. There's a lot more to golf than that.
Apparently he was like the best high school player in the state or something in real life.
This is also
They did mention that.
One thing
They
I
did
was thinking
mention that.
about of like all these movies where it's like the guy no one knows is because the world was so different then. Like
Yeah.
that could happen in 1913. Now, if like you're good at anything, everyone knows about it instantly.
Yeah.
I realized that when if I'm like at a college hockey game, and I want to look up, it doesn't even do anything. It's just like his name sounds familiar. I wonder if he's got a famous dad or something. Anyone who's ever played like anything above high school hockey, even juniors,
Yeah, it's got
you
something.
can find a profile.
Yeah.
He has a website dedicated to him.
Yes.
So Shia is talking with the brother and the dad, and they both know him because I think the dad was the club like director. I don't know though. I can't remember.
Yes, he was in the room. He was in the meeting where he was like, "Caddies can't play."
Yeah. So they don't like that he's talking to her. Night ends. Shia goes home and he's reading Varden's book. Day of the amateur tournament, and the brother, his name is Freddie. It's a nice shot down the fairway. Shia comes up to the tee and he outdrives Freddie straight down the fairway and tips his hat to what the hell was her name? Sarah. Shia comes up to 18 and he needs 5 strokes or less to make the cut. He gets onto the green in 4.
Yeah, he says like I can do this in my sleep or something
Yeah.
like that.
He's about to putt, but he looks up and he sees his father and he misses the putt.
What a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
He goes home and he doesn't really say anything, but his parents know from his face that he missed it. Now, did he actually see his dad, or was he just like envisioning it?
I think he did because his
I think he
dad
did.
celebrates with him at the end. So his dad's
Yeah.
probably keeping an eye on things.
I think he was.
He's
there.
invested $1,500 into this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So they know he missed it. He can hear the tournament from across the street in his bedroom as he takes down all the golf clippings on his wall. Back in Britain, Varden is talking to the British club chairs who want him to go back to the U.S. on an exhibition tour and then to win the U.S. Open Championship, something like that.
Take that trophy from these nasty Americans.
Yeah. They're not, I don't know, hoity-toity like we are. I love that saying. I don't know why.
Hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity, yeah. So he agrees to it because they're like, we'll sponsor everything. You won't have to pay out of pocket this time. There's a possible commendation by the king, and we'll talk about an honorary membership this time. It's like, okay,
Honorary.
yeah. He needs a partner, and they suggest. Shoot, I have his name later on, but I can't.
The big
remember.
guy?
No. The other English guy, the one that they don't like. Reed. Something Reed.
Oh, the fat guy.
No, that's Ray.
Oh, yeah, the actual the amateur, the British amateur champion.
Yeah. So he needs a partner, and they suggest Reed, but he's like, no, I got a guy. And they go to Jersey, and they go to a pub in Jersey.
Jersey in England.
Yes. Now, imagine New Jersey, and now just put that in England.
Yeah.
Or associate it with England.
fight
Because
to-
it's actually
They
not in
fight
England.
and
but
sing fancier songs.
yes. And this
Also,
is where
they
we
drive
meet.
golf balls through
Yeah.
blocks of wood or something.
Phone book, I assumed it
Is that what
was.
that was?
It looked like a primitive phone book. Though was the phone? Yeah,
Yes.
1860s or something like that.
One thing that made me laugh with these two like hoity-toity British guys as you said, was the one guy's like, I own newspapers, which now it's like,
Ew, sorry.
oops, so you must be poor. I own newspapers around here. Okay.
Telephone was 1885. So
Okay, so yeah, there's a chance that it's phone books.
But I feel like the phone book at this point would be like
an almanac. It's
one.
maybe it's like an almanac or
Yes.
like encyclopedia, something like that. You know. So this is Ray. He's hitting golf balls through large books.
And I looked him up, and he really was like a world-renowned good golfer, but it was like he hit it a ton, but half the time it was into the woods.
Yeah, which makes sense because we do see him in the woods
We do.
quite a bit.
Yeah, we do see that.
Also, he was not as fat as this guy was.
No, he certainly was not. He was just like a big, brooding guy.
Yeah. Back in Massachusetts, Shia is now working in retail at a golf shop.
Wait, so he can work? He's not allowed to play golf, but he could work at a golf shop?
Well, yeah, because he's working.
Okay.
So he hears that Varden is coming to play, and the Open was held 3 months back for it because they're like, oh, we're going to just wait until Varden can make it. Then he goes to an opera with his mother, and he sees Sarah enter a box. He stares at her for a bit too long. Then we go back to the retail store. The member who vouched for him before walks in with, I put the U.S. golf president because that's what it kind of sounded like when they introduced him. They want him to play in the U.S. Open, which is going to be held locally, and they need a local amateur to play. He says no. He hasn't played in it. He gave up the game, so they leave.
He says no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
Please.
again, that part, now why he said no, I don't know, but that's also true.
They said no?
Crazy.
Yeah. He initially said no and then, like, changed his mind or was talked into it or whatever.
He's still in the store, and he works at. He picks up a club, and he gives it a nice swing. It's very nice looking practice swing. And Sarah comes in, and she talks to him. I wrote this down. She is confusingly still interested in him.
She's really into him. She wants him to help buy clubs.
I guess.
Get you a salesman.
Yeah, and he walks away, and he gets her a salesman. Now, Shia is at the country club, and he sees Varden on his practice round, and he bursts into the golf president's tent, and he says, let me play.
Oh, all right, here it is. Sorry. He declined to play, but he declined to play because he had just returned from playing in the National Amateur. So he declined to play because he's like, I just took time off. I have to work now.
Gotcha.
Thing. And then his boss is like,
He didn't give up golf forever.
Yeah.
His dad.
No.
So he's in the president's tent trying to ask to play, and they tell him to wait outside. And then his golf caddy boss, the club maker guy, comes out and he says, meet me in the morning. We've got a lot of work to do. We got a short montage of Shia just hitting balls, and that's
a montage. All of a sudden, he's up to speed.
Yes. And now he's into the tournament, and wait, what? Shia talks to his caddy. Oh, this is to make the Open. He's trying to make the Open.
He still has to qualify.
Yeah. He talks to his caddy and asks what he has to do. He's on he's got 6 holes left, and he needs to make up 4 shots. Well, he ends his round with 6 straight birdies to make the Open. So he's done it. Woohoo!
Yay.
The U.S. golf
And
president
there was much rejoicing.
gives a speech to all the players who have made the cut, and then he introduces some of the more famous players. We get the reigning champion McDermott.
What a jerk he
John
is.
McDermott.
Yeah, he turns out to be a jerk. He also introduces the 3 British gentlemen, the Varden, Ray, and Reed. And the reigning champion then gets up and he gives a speech. He gives a few backhanded compliments to Varden and Ray before he gets all fired up.
You're old and you're fat.
Yeah. And he goes in on them, telling them they won't take that cup back to Britain with them. It's his, because he's won it Well, they said he's a reigning champion, but in reality, he was 2-time reigning champion. Mm-hmm. Which, why wouldn't you just say that? Like, that sounds even better.
It does. Because he wanted to say, like, they'll say, if I lose, though, they'll say, like, it was a fluke.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do if you've done it 2 times in a row. Did that just happen right now?
Yep, it did.
All right. Do that 6 more times.
That could be good.
You mean birdie 6 more holes?
Yes. And he does.
Okay. Shia walks outside, and he talks to his caddy, but his caddy has been poached from him.
Yeah,
Varden
he's
has
going to pay me $20.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that because, as we now know, $20 is like $500.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, more than that, right?
It would be like $800 probably.
Yeah,
I don't know what the original
500
total
probably.
was.
But anyways, so he's looking around and he sees his friend Jack with Jack's little brother Eddie. So he goes over and he's like, Jack, you got a caddy for me tomorrow. He's like, all right, fine, I'll caddy for you.
Eddie's got to come too, though.
Yeah, but Eddie's got to come too. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, fine, okay, fine.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I can't have 2 caddies, guys.
Yeah. So Shia then goes over to talk to Sarah. He goes over to the house to talk to Sarah, but Freddie says that she has left for college.
Which is a lie.
So he leaves. Freddie goes back to dinner, and Sarah's there with the family, and he talks down about Shia. But in talking down about Shia, he tells her that he's made the tournament and he's going to be playing in the Open. Oh shit, where'd I go? He gets home. There we are. Shia gets home and his father tells him that he can't play. He had given him his word that, like, you told me you'd give it up. You're not doing it. And Shia's like, no, I'm playing. He stands up to him.
Which his dad's like, then you got to find a new place to live.
Yep. When it's all over, you got to find a new place to live. The next morning, Shia shows up and Eddie's there. And he tells Shia that Jack got caught by the truant officer and he can't make it. And he makes a big fuss about it because Eddie is like 3 feet tall. He's a very short young little boy.
Well, he's 10. He's a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah. But he makes a big fuss about caddying for Shia until Shia relents and lets him. People are starting to laugh because Eddie's making so much of a big deal about it. Shia shanks his very first drive into the rough. Also, did you see the tee that they used? It was just like a cup of sand.
Oh,
yes.
Packed dirt.
Yeah.
Yes, dirt.
Which is kind of cool, actually.
That is. I like that. I would hit a ball way better on that than off my fucking tee.
I got to be honest, I don't think it's a tee, Willie.
So
I mean, that goes.
I mean, you're not wrong. So he shanks his first drive into the rough, but then Eddie gives him some good advice. Shia's mother is across the street.
Like, what do you do? Like, calm down.
Yeah,
Stop
doing.
Like, you've played this before. Just hit it straight. He says, keep your head down and I'll watch the ball.
I'll watch it.
Which
he's a great caddy.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic caddy. Spoiler alert, my MVP.
Ooh.
So
he's very good. The problem is he's up against Shia Lebouf,
Interesting.
who won the Academy Award for Best Actor ever in this movie.
Not true. Shia's mother is across the street and she's hanging the laundry to dry. But obviously she hears the applause from the chorus.
Yep.
Eddie's trying to keep Shia loose and he sinks a long putt. And then we see McDermott sink a putt and Varden's hands are shaking and he misses his putt. Now, we don't see the Black Hats at this point, I don't believe.
Well, we get the whole spiel from him about...
Oh, wait, no, we do. He looks up and sees the 4 men in top hats from his childhood.
We get the whole spiel at some point because Shia reads the book, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, there's 2 kinds of golfers, the kind who are great and the kind who choke.
Yeah. Ray hits a drive into the trees. We see that Shia is in 26 and hears Varden's voiceover from his book. And he ends the day in 5th. Eddie asks who the big fat guy is, and it's President Taft who's come to watch
I laughed at
Shia
this.
play.
It's President Taft.
That's Taft.
Which in the goofs in the trivia for this movie, Taft would have been out of office by the time the U.S. Open had played, and it would have been Wilson. And I actually found, when I was looking for an eBay thing, I saw a picture of Wilson at the 1913 Open.
So they could have said it's President Wilson.
They could have easily said it's President Wilson, but they wanted to make a fat joke again.
Yeah, because Taft's the one who...
He's a funnier president than
He
Wilson.
is.
He's
Isn't he-
definitely funnier.
Is he the one who died in the tub?
I don't know if he died in it, but he was...
He was found.
You
like,
used to know these facts.
I did
Yeah.
used to know them.
You used to know all the presidents.
Yeah, do the presidents in order.
I don't think I could.
No, we're not gonna say
Washington,
Too late. You set him on a
Adams,
path.
Jefferson. Oh, I can stop.
Okay. So
I wanted to hear it.
Shia's coworker from the pro shop
still talking?
comes up and he tells him that he's tied with Varden in second place after he just birdied that last putt. And now Shia's like, ooh. And Eddie's like pushing him away. He's trying to keep him calm because he knows, all right, you tell him that, he's going to get in his head, you fucking morons. But obviously, Shia's, he's done for already.
He's easily shaken. In this
Yeah.
movie.
He slices it right into the trees. Eddie's pissed because he knows Shia
Thanks
needs
for
to settle
nothing.
down. Yeah. And this is right in front of the president, like the president, not the golf president.
The former president.
Yeah. So, former president. Sorry.
Taft. He would already died in a bathtub by now.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Bill?
I don't know.
I just, I wrote, Eddie talks like an old man who's just disappointed in Shia, who needs to play better. Because he does sound like an old man talking to him.
Stop being so nervous.
Shia then goes and hits a great shot out of the rough, and he gets his nerve back. Varden and McDermott are playing right now. They're about the same distance away from, I think they're teeing off on a hole. And Varden pulls out an iron, which makes McDermott do the same, even though his caddy's like, don't do that. No way. You're not going to make that from here. He's like, if he can hit the green from here with an iron, I can too. So as soon as he goes up to take a swing, Varden puts his iron back in and pulls out a wood, which I thought was very, very smart. He's
Sneaky,
playing head games with him. McDermott comes up short, and Varden hits the green. The end of round 2 finds them and Reed all tied for first. We find Ray in the woods again. He's got a very small window to get through all the trees to see the tee or the hole. But somehow he laces it right down and holds it out, and he drains that. Ray ends tied for second after breaking the course scoring record. Shia ends at 7th and has a conversation with Sarah before a short conversation with Sarah about her coming the next day, and she's like, "No, I gotta go to college." He's then hounded by reporters and taken away. She gives Eddie a pin to give to him for luck. Eddie, dames, who needs them?
Line of the movie?
That's my short list for sure. Shia finds himself in the bathroom with Varden, who congratulates him on his good play. Shia and Eddie talk a little bit about meeting up the next day. Reed is talking to some ladies as he walks into the dining room, and then he goes over and sits down with Varden and Ray. They hate him. He's talking some shit, and then Ray punches him out after he insults Jersey. He's like,
should have left Jersey out of this.
Yeah. And now his nose looks broken, and
How does it look? Honestly, it's an improvement.
Shia is talking to his family at dinner about the tournament. His father comes home. He starts reading the paper to him, and he's like, "So they call you Mr. Oumet. Everybody else is called just by their last names." He's like, "Well, yeah, I'm an amateur." "Well, yeah, they're going to get paid if they win, and you won't get paid anything if you win." He's like, "Shut up."
Be true anymore, I wouldn't think.
Also, yeah, but if I win the fucking U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Right? they're gonna pay me for something eventually. Like somebody's gonna pay me.
So Shia just goes and like leaves. We see Vardon. Okay, that's why there was a misspelling. Vardon's memory of his house being torn down by the 4 black hats for the Lynx. He has a dream about it. And then Eddie shows up at Shia's house the next day with a giant umbrella. It is downpouring.
Yeah, we got a good old-fashioned hurricane.
You got to play.
Yeah. A nor'easter, as they call it. Sarah's getting into her car to go back to college, and she sees a bunch of people walking to their course, all with the same black umbrella. McDermott talks to Shia a little bit. He says, one of us has to win this. We can't let those Brits go home with our trophy. So it's a downpour. We see a montage of the 4 top players and Shia all playing the course throughout the day. It seems like Shia is gaining ground as Reed and McDermott fall off. Vardon's still playing well. Ray's still playing well. And it ends with Vardon and Ray tied for first. And Shia is in third at the end of the third round with McDermott and Reed nowhere in sight. Shia sinks a tough putt in the rain to end the day, only 1 stroke behind Vardon and Ray.
Now this made it seem like, and I believe this must have been how they did it. They played 2 rounds, each of the 2, like they did a 4-round tournament in 2 days.
Maybe.
I think they said like day 3 for the playoff.
Maybe.
Which that's wild.
Yeah, I don't know. Because they end today.
Aren't most golf tournaments 3 days?
4. But the cut is usually after the second day.
Yeah, usually it's Thursday through Sunday for most tournaments.
Yeah.
But this made it look like they did like a Saturday, Sunday or something.
Yeah. So Shia's father sees him on the front of the newspaper at his job, and it says U.S.'s last hope, with McDermott still on there for some reason, but also him. Vardon. The next day, Vardon needs to par the last 5 holes to tie Ray in order to force a playoff, I believe. Then he does this cool thing where he envisions just the pin, like the crowds go, the trees, the
erases
like,
everything.
Yeah, it just looks like his, like the land that he grew up on, what would become the links there. His tee shot ends in a puddle in the bunker, and he overhears a spectator say he's done for. But he blasts his club through the puddle to have his ball land inches from the cup. Ray comes out of the crowd and he says, they talk about the playoff the next day. He's like, well, I've never seen you smoking a pipe or while playing. He's like, yeah, I should have started four holes ago.
I wish I started this earlier.
I did love because I'm sure this is a normal thing, but you would never see that now. I would love to see John Daly out there with cigs hanging out of his mouth.
I could definitely see him doing that.
I'm sure he did it.
He's done it in other tournaments.
Right.
Yeah. McDermott slices his into the woods off his tee shot. He knows his game is over. He's over sitting in 5th. It's where he he falls to his butt and he lets his club down as he after he poses. It's a sad sight. The crowd around Shia has grown considerably, and he looks up from his tee shot and sees the Brits watching him. He and Vardon have a little bit of a stare at each other. Eddie tells him to let them look because they're all tied up with only Shia still playing.
Yeah, and Eddie says something to him like, "You're the one still out here."
Yeah. Who the fuck is Parker Washington?
I don't know. Did he make the cut?
Let's see. He and Vardon, Eddie. So, unfortunately, Eddie No. Shia shanks his tee shot. As they're walking, Eddie gives Shia Sarah's pin. He's like, fine, I wasn't going to show you this, but here you go. The Brits have gone into the clubhouse now thinking that it's over. It's going to be just the two of them for the playoff.
They're not even going to watch.
Yeah. Then they hear a roar from the clubhouse, or from the course. Varden says it's not over, and Shia's mother finally comes over from hanging up laundry. She comes to the course. We're on the 17th hole. Eddie notices the Brits in the crowd again, and this time we see Shia hit a nice shot, and Varden's head doesn't turn to watch the ball. He just stares at Shia Lebouf. Shia's mother makes it to the front of the crowd, and she talks to the reporter who's been covering the whole tournament, and he explains the situation to her. Shia's still down a stroke to Varden and Ray. If he makes this putt, he gets tied and will go to his 18th hole, which, no, maybe he's on the 18th right now. Whatever. Who fucking cares? But he'll force a playoff. He putts it with beautiful speed, and it takes a huge right turn to find the hole, and it forces a three-man 18-hole playoff the next day. It's Shia versus Varden versus Ray. That night, the head British guy says it's an all-English final because he doesn't think Shia's good enough. He's not a gentleman. He's not bred well enough to be considered seriously. Ray leaves, and Varden's going to follow soon after. Before he leaves, he tells off the other British guy for being a prick. We see Shia's mother talk to his father about his wanting Shia to fail, and he's just a pessimistic guy about life, thinking it's better to not try than it is to fail. The day of the playoff, the club members and the U.S. golf president, want Shia to replace Eddie as his caddy, and they've already told Eddie that, we're going to replace you. And Eddie's there crying. So Shia goes over to Eddie. He's like, I'm not replacing you. And then he's like, go get my stuff. And
they don't get a vote.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
As he walks out, he's like, don't ever talk to my caddy again.
To my cat like that.
Yeah. The three men pull sticks to see who's going to shoot first, and Shia goes first. They walk out of the tent and through the crowd, and everyone's cheering for Shia Lebouf. They tee off and all sink their first putts. We see a shot of the scorecard being filled up. It seems like they're all tied after 9. Shia tells Eddie they're human and he can play with them.
Yeah, I can play with these guys.
And then Ray promptly hits the fuck out of the ball. He's like, maybe they're not human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Sarah in the crowd again, and her father asks her why she's there. She's supposed to be at college. And she says, oh, Daddy. That's about it.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing.
Ray and Varden talk about Shia not cracking, and they both smile. Shia comes up short on his putt, and Varden also misses, but he blocks the hole for Shia's ball. So there was a term for this, and I can't remember what it was.
Stymieing?
Yeah, stymie, yeah. So what Shia does is he pulls out his wedge, and he's going to try to chip it over and into the hole, which he does. However, the ball pops back out.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
In and out. Apparently what I was reading about this tactic was...
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
In match play, where you're just like 1 versus 1, you used to actually be able to do that. It's just getting each other's way. But since this is a normal tournament, this actually wouldn't have mattered. Like, they would have been able to mark it or whatever.
Right.
But also nowadays, obviously this wouldn't happen at all. But
yeah,
what I wonder is, I guess if you really could pull out a wedge like that, like you did, because now you couldn't do that.
You can chip on the green.
You can.
You can. It is legal to chip on the green.
Huh.
On the
I
green
believe.
or the fringe?
There was I literally saw a video where it was like 5 different putts, and they're like, which one of these is illegal? And one of them was chipping on the green. Oh, he threw a pick. Tyler Boyd threw a pick, of course.
Oopsie.
And I'm pretty sure it was one that I was surprised by.
Huh. Even when the sand is in their way, members aren't allowed to chip off the putting surface. That's the privilege reserved for tour players, so maybe.
Golf's a weird game.
Golf is. There's a lot of...
According to Reddit,
rules.
It's absolutely allowed, and you should absolutely never do it, according to Reddit.
Yeah. It's one of those, you can, I guess.
Now next year I'm going to.
So he almost holds it, but it pops back out. We go to the next hole, and Ray slices it right, and he hits a spectator in the head, which
It sure does.
they don't address that at all.
Well, there's no such thing as concussions back then.
Yeah, Shia sees him, and he's like, he's not getting out of those trees. But we've seen Ray pull it out before. He gets so close, he hits the very last tree, and it knocks him back into the woods. He ends his hole by he took like a 6 or something like that.
So he's out.
Yeah, or he took like a 9 or something because he's back by 6 at the end of the hole. So he like tips his cap. He knows he's done, and it's down to Varden and Shia. Varden then does his mental vanishing of everything around him. He sees the 4 black hats again, but he vanishes those guys as well. Then he hits his drive straight down the fairway. We get a montage of Varden and Shia hitting shots and sinking putts. Now they get to the 17th hole, and it's a dogleg right. Varden decides to pull out his driver, and he goes over the trees.
Yes.
He's doing the shortcut. Shia goes to do the same thing, and Eddie's like, no, you don't. You don't know he made it out of that bunker.
You know this course. He doesn't.
You know that there's a sand trap right over there on that right side. He's like, yeah, but if he didn't hit the sand, he's just a chip away and he's on the green. He's like, yeah, so you play it safe because you don't know if he made it out of the sand or not.
Yeah. Which apparently they did. They like reversed the direction of it, but this really did happen.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a dog left, but he stops him. Shai goes for the safer shot and he plays straight down the fairway, right to the turn. Varden goes to find his ball, and he has in fact landed in the bunker, and he's landed very close to the edge of the bunker. Shai is able to get onto the green in 2. Varden, though, cannot go straight at the pin because he's too close to that bunker edge. So he has to play away from the pin, and he's onto the green in 3 strokes instead of 2.
Now, why at this point is there only the 2 of them playing?
Well, I think Ray is still in fact playing. They just don't show him.
It looks like he's like standing around in the crowd at that point.
Well, because they do show at some point that the scorecard has him up or like +8 on them, +9, something like that. And so if he very well could have been like, no, I'm done playing. Because, yeah, you don't expect to come back from that, especially against 2 players.
Yeah, you finished the round, though.
So Varden gets on the green in 3 strokes. He's got a very far putt to keep the pressure on Shia, and he sinks it. So Shia explodes into applause because the putt was very nice. He gives him his due, and he claps for him. Varden has a 4 on the 17th hole. Oh, this is only the 17th hole.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We got 20 more minutes to go.
Yeah.
You better pick up the pace, Shia.
Shia then sinks his putt, which gives him a 1-stroke lead going into the 18th. His drive seems pretty good, but so does Varden's. They each take their second strokes to applause from the crowds, and both men are now on the green in 2. Shia is further away, so he must play first, but he's visibly flustered, and he wipes his hands and the club down. He putts, but he misses to the right, and he misses far by about 3 feet. Varden then comes up, and he leaves a window for Varden to tie it up again if he sinks his putt. Varden's putt is heading for the hole on a dead line, but it ends up staying just short of the cup. It's like hanging on the edge of the thing. It will not fall, though. And he taps it in for his fourth. Now, I guess, even though it's common now to tap in, at this time it wouldn't have been. He would have still let Shia putt first since he was further away. However, he taps in for 4, giving Shia a very like a small smile. Now Shia's up and he's about 3 feet from the hole. The whole crowd is hushed and he starts shaking as he goes for the putt. His breathing is erratic and he has to stand back up and look over it again. Eddie steps in and he talks him down again. He says, "Read it, roll it, and hole it." Then Eddie stands back and crosses his fingers behind his back, which I liked. Shia is much calmer now. Did he? No, he didn't look up and see his father. No. He's much calmer now, and he takes his putt, and it lips in to give him the match by 1 stroke. Varden is impressed, and Shia is immediately mobbed by the crowd. Eddie and Shia are lifted up onto people's shoulders and hoisted around. Everyone starts giving him money, and he takes off his hat, telling them to pass it around for Eddie.
I can't take this.
Yeah, pass it for Eddie. Pass the hat for Eddie. He's still on people's shoulders, and he turns around and he sees his father holding up a $1 bill for him. Then we get the music swelling as Sarah comes over and he grabs her hand. Then it's just Shia in the clubhouse with the open trophy. He hears Varden come in. He's whistling and humming. Varden comes to congratulate him, tells him they'll play again sometime.
I did like this. He said, that was a good match. I had
fun doing that. Yeah.
Eddie and Shia then walk off with the trophy. And then we get some writing on the screen. Varden won the British Championship the next year for the 6th time, which still stands as the record as of 2005. I didn't actually look to see if that has changed or not. Francis Ouimet, or proper pronunciation, Francis Ouimet, became a prominent businessman. He went on to win 2 American Amateur Championships and became the game's most admired ambassador. Eddie became a multimillionaire.
Selling cars.
Yeah, nice. Francis and Eddie remained friends their entire lives. So, yeah.
The one big issue I discovered when I was looking stuff up on this is, they make this big dramatic thing where he has to hit the putt at the end to win.
Yeah.
He won by 5 strokes in real life.
Yeah.
He won this one going away.
Yeah.
They had the match between the 3 of them, but he smoked the both of them on the playoff.
Yeah. I think it was 5 up on Varden and 6 up on Ray.
Wow.
Yeah.
The other maybe not fun fact, but the other fact I saw on this was Bill Paxton's last movie that he directed.
Bill Paxton directed this movie?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Or was it Bill Pullman?
Well,
Bill Paxton Pullman.
Trick question.
Wait.
Same person.
Shit, which one's which?
Same person.
They're the same. You don't need to debate that.
Don't hurt your brain trying to figure this
Bill
out.
Paxton Pullman, they're the same.
Bill Paxton. I'm going to say Bill Paxton was the one in Twister.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's also the one in Independence.
Yes.
Pullman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Bill Paxton Pullman.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, we still have the fake rock puzzle in our
we do.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the puzzle in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any quote mountain suggestions, fellas?
A tough one.
I did like the big guy, Ray.
Yeah.
Varden says, "How'd you sleep?" He goes, "Like a baby. Woke up every 2 hours and cried."
That's accurate. That's very accurate. I liked Eddie's Dames, Who Needs Them, and then
my gosh, that's President Taft.
Yeah. What was the one he said at the end? Read it, roll it, and hole it.
He also says "easy peasy lemon squeezy" at one point,
Which is not that's not right.
It's another 100 years before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Because it came over with the Beatles or something like that. Something like that. I read.
Wow. All right.
Intentional grounding?
That's not a golf term.
Oh, an ineligible downfield. Okay.
Yeah. Also not a golf term.
Yeah. So what do we want to go with? What was your Ray?
It's in the bleeding trees, you bunch of ninnies.
Yeah, Ray had some good one-liners.
He did.
What was the one you said, Bill?
How did you sleep? Like a baby. Woke up every 2 hours and cried.
Sure. I'll go with that.
A baby.
MVP?
Eddie.
Okay, sure. Eddie.
Or Shia Lebouf, just for being shy.
Shia LaBeouf's much better when he has like a fun sidekick to help him out
Yeah.
Like
in
Eddie.
these movies. Like an Eddie.
Or Beans.
Or Beans. Beans Reed. Oh my god. Final verdict?
It's not bad.
It's fine.
It would be better if you cut.
6.4.
I was going to say 6.5.
I said 6.4 earlier, so we're just going to go with 6.4.
Okay. Make the math easy.
6.43. Yeah. So 6.4.
Repeating.
Yes.
Which is
all right. Where does that put it?
that
What's in
puts
the neighborhood? What's in the
it
neighborhood?
neighborhood. We got Rocky 5 was 6.3.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
6.3 for Caddyshack.
This is better than Caddyshack.
6.4 for Mr. Baseball.
Interesting.
6.5 for Bend It Like Beckham.
That's too high.
6.5 for Glory Road. And that's it.
This is, I mean, it's a Disney movie. This is right along the lines of
Yeah.
a Glory Hole.
Glory Road.
It's almost the same movie. This movie, you have a type. Glory Hole, this movie, Invincible. They're all in the same boat. And they're all movies you picked.
Shut up.
You
Shut
have a
up. They're
type.
good movies. They're
You have a
good
type.
movies.
All right.
I feel
Bill,
like I'm missing.
you're the next review.
Oh, I'm missing basketball. That's what I'm missing.
You're the next review, Bill.
Do you want anything
You wanna
taken
spin
out,
it?
Bill?
Spin it?
I should have something for all of them, so.
Spin a
Okay.
wheel, make a deal.
Yeah,
Spin
let's
me a wheel.
gonna spin this wheel and see where it lands. Because it's gonna land on baseball.
Of course it is.
Because you just don't do enough baseball, Bill.
You get another
This
baseball?
is only my sixth baseball movie.
Jesus
6?
Christ.
I've done The Sandlot, Field of Dreams, Rookie of the Year, A League of Their Own, and For Love of the King.
That's hell.
You've done Moneyball and Mr. Baseball.
That's a hell of a list right there.
And I haven't done any baseball.
You've done none.
Wow.
I'm going to suggest we watch one I've actually never seen before.
Okay.
It's called simply 42.
This is a good movie.
It is about Jackie Robinson, starring Harrison Ford and Chadwick Boseman.
And also the main character, the main guy from the third Fast and Furious movie, Tokyo Drift.
I've never seen it.
Yes,
Tokyo Drift.
he's in this as well.
Don't you hate Fast and Furious though? Why are
I
you bringing
do,
that
because
fact up?
it's a terrible movie and he's a terrible actor in it. But he's actually pretty good in this 42
It's
movie.
all about family.
It's all about family.
right.
This should be available on Max.
Yes, it is.
HBO Max.
No, just Max. Just Max.
All right.
Just
It's
Max.
somewhere HBO.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. We're done. 6.4 forever. Repeating.
Yes.
This is a movie, right? This is obviously it's based on
42 is a real movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not made for TV.
2 hours and 8 minutes.
Old Jackie. All right. All right. We're out of here. See you next time. Peace. Oh.
Ding.